Elon Musk just confirmed what many aging drivers have been hoping for. The Tesla Model 2, launching in 2026, is being designed with seniors at the center of the experience. For anyone who has ever struggled with stiff steering after a long day, low seats that are hard to climb out of, or small screens that demand too much focus on the road, this announcement hits close to home. The real question now is simple. What exactly is Tesla changing inside the cabin to make driving easier, safer, and more comfortable for older adults? Will these upgrades actually solve the day-to-day challenges many of you face behind the wheel? Today on Autogearshift, we break it all down with the data, engineering logic, and realistic projections that set this channel apart. If you find value in analysis that cuts through the noise, hit subscribe and help us push towards 17,777 subscribers, the milestone we're aiming for next. How can Tesla deliver a cabin that seniors can enter and exit without strain by 2026? If there is one factor that determines whether an EV works for older drivers, it's not acceleration or charging speed. It's ease of entry and exit. Tesla appears to be addressing this head-on with the Model 2's projected body height and door geometry, both of which are expected to differ significantly from the Model 3's low-slung profile. Early supplier leaks point to a ride height roughly 40 to 55 millimeters higher than the current Model 3, placing the Model 2 in a sweet spot between a compact hatchback and a small crossover. That small lift may sound modest, but for seniors with knee or hip discomfort, even a 4 to 5 centimeter difference can shorten the movement path required to sit down or stand up. Tesla is also rumored to be revisiting door opening angles. While the Model 3's front doors open at about 70 to 72 degrees, internal design reports suggest the Model 2 may push this closer to 78 to 80 degrees, giving older drivers wider clearance to swing their legs in without twisting. Combined with a thicker, flatter seat base, possibly around 20 millimeters more bolster height compared to today's designs, the Model 2 aims to reduce the bending motion that many seniors find difficult. What makes this especially relevant is that Tesla is reportedly evaluating a lightweight assisted hinge system. Not powered doors, but hinges calibrated to require less force to open and close, similar to what high-end refrigerators use. For seniors who dislike heavy doors or windy environments, this could be a subtle but meaningful quality of life upgrade. How will Tesla redesign the instrument layout so seniors don't have to rely on a single center screen? One of the biggest complaints from older Model 3 and Model Y owners is the amount of information buried in the center touchscreen. While younger drivers adapt quickly, seniors often prefer a direct line of sight for speed, turn signals, and basic driving alerts. That's why the Model 2 is expected to introduce the most significant change to Tesla's interior layout since the first Model 3. A compact driver-focused display positioned just above the steering column. Suppliers in Shenzhen and Quanta's Taiwan assembly line have hinted at a 5.5 to 6.1-inch mini cluster, large enough to show speed, battery level, autopilot status, and navigation prompts without requiring drivers to glance to the right. It wouldn't replace the center screen, but rather complement it, reducing cognitive load for seniors who want information exactly where their eyes naturally fall. Tesla has been internally testing different font weights and icon sizes, with early reports suggesting a 15 to 20% larger primary readout compared to current UI elements. The center display itself is expected to shrink slightly from the 15-inch panel seen in larger Teslas, optimizing reach and visibility within a smaller cabin. Analysts expect something in the 12.3 to 12.8-inch range, still touch-centric, but positioned about 25 millimeters closer to the driver than on the Model 3. That small shift shortens arm extension, a useful ergonomic adjustment for seniors who prefer minimal shoulder rotation. Tesla is also exploring a simplified quick access bar for common functions, cabin temperature, fan speed, wiper modes, and defrost, without digging into layered menus. It's not a return to physical buttons, but a more senior-friendly digital approach that cuts interaction steps by roughly 1 to 2 taps per action. How can Tesla build seats and ride comfort tailored to aging drivers without increasing the Model 2's price? Comfort has always been a weak point for compact EVs, especially for seniors who often experience back stiffness, limited hip rotation, or sensitivity to vibration. The big question is whether Tesla can engineer a seat and suspension package optimized for older adults while keeping the Model 2 within its expected $19,000 to $24,000 price band. Early evidence suggests they're attempting exactly that. Tesla's interior engineering team is reportedly testing a new foam density layering, combining a firmer lower cushion for support and a softer upper layer to reduce pressure points. While seats in the Model 3 use a dual-density structure, the Model 2 prototypes are said to experiment with 3-layer composites, adding around 8 to 12 millimeters of extra contouring in the lumbar zone. A small but meaningful improvement for aging drivers who spend long periods sitting. Engineers are also studying a higher hip-to-heel ratio, raising the seat base by about 25 to 30 millimeters compared to the Model 3, making the sitting posture more upright and easier on the lower back. Ride quality is another critical factor. Compact EVs often feel harsh due to short wheelbases, but Tesla appears ready to counter this by integrating a revised frequency-tuned suspension. Instead of the stiffer damping found on the Model 3, the Model 2 is expected to soften the low-speed rebound cycle, smoothing out bumps at residential speeds, typically between 25 and 50 kilometers per hour, where seniors spend most of their driving time. Analysts believe Tesla may adopt a slightly longer rear trailing arm design to better absorb small road imperfections without adding significant cost or weight. Sound insulation is also being reconsidered. While the Model 3 uses around 18 kilograms of acoustic dampening material, the Model 2 may use a lighter, more efficient composite package, weighing closer to 12 to 14 kilograms, yet offering similar cabin noise reduction. A quieter cabin isn't just a luxury. For older drivers, reduced noise fatigue means better alertness during longer trips. The challenge, of course, is cost. But Tesla's manufacturing strategy, especially the rumored use of gigacasting for both front and rear structures, could free up enough budget to allow meaningful comfort upgrades without pushing the Model 2 into a higher price bracket. That balance between affordability and usability may end up being one of the Model 2's strongest selling points, especially for seniors who want comfort without paying luxury car premiums. How will Tesla's 2026 senior-focused tech make daily driving safer and less demanding for aging owners? Beyond comfort and ergonomics, the most important question is whether the Model 2 will actually make everyday driving safer for seniors. Tesla's strategy seems to rely on combining lighter automation with clearer driver feedback. Not full autonomy, but a system that reduces workload behind the wheel. Industry analysts and internal filings point to a scaled-down version of Tesla's next-gen autopilot hardware. Instead of the full 8-camera suite used on higher-end models, the Model 2 is expected to use 6 cameras, optimized for short to mid-range sensing within urban speeds. This layout focuses on the environment seniors drive in most: school zones, parking lots, narrow streets, and evening traffic. Tesla is reportedly testing a new low-glare night camera module, improving visibility in dim light where many older drivers struggle with contrast. The Model 2 may also include an upgraded driver monitoring system. While current Teslas use a single infrared camera, 2026 prototypes are rumored to experiment with a dual IR setup, improving detection when a driver's head is slightly down, turned, or occluded by glasses. This would allow the system to deliver earlier lane departure warnings and more predictable steering support, features especially valuable for aging drivers whose reaction times vary more after long days. Parking assistance is another key focus. Seniors repeatedly cite tight parking as one of the most stressful parts of driving, and Tesla appears to be preparing a revised low-speed ultrasonic model that works in parallel with camera vision. The unit's range reportedly spans 200 to 260 centimeters, which is about 30 centimeters farther than the older ultrasonic sensors Tesla discontinued in 2023. With the Model 2, Tesla seems ready to bring them back in hybrid form, improving parking accuracy without increasing cost. Inside the cabin, Tesla is rumored to be experimenting with adaptive haptic feedback, letting the steering wheel gently pulse when drivers drift off-center or approach obstacles at slow speeds. Not aggressive correction, but subtle reminders that give seniors more confidence, especially in busy parking structures or narrow driveways. The final verdict depends on what actually makes it into production in 2026 and how well these interior upgrades translate into real-world comfort and safety. So tell us, which feature matters most to you? If you want easier entry and exit, comment entry. If clear, driver-focused instruments are your priority, comment display. If upgraded seating comfort makes the biggest difference, comment seat. And if you care most about stress-free driving assistance, comment assist. Drop your keyword below. We're curious where you stand. If you enjoyed this breakdown, remember to like the video, subscribe to AutoGearshift, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our upcoming deep dives. Your support helps us grow and reach that next milestone, and lets us keep bringing you clear, data-driven Tesla analysis every week.